Oh, are we live? All right. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of I don't know why that's so hot. It's never been that hot before. All right. I don't know if anyone who's going to see this, and I'll get it on BitChute somehow. I've been trying to get my stuff on BitChute updated, but I'm about ready to lose my mind with all this lockdown nonsense. Now, we can discuss all day long whether or not it's legal, whether it's under the color of law, which it is. It actually isn't legal, but the government has more guns and bigger ones, so they're going to get their way. That's not light enough. So I thought I would do something absolutely completely different for my channel. And I would thank you all new subscribers. I've gotten quite a few subscribers in the last few days. There's more coronavirus type stuff that I want to do. BitChute's very, very persnickety about it. So, and I'm not going to delve into any conspiracy theories, any of that other nonsense. There's some, I found another article today on a government website, U.S. government website, that talks about the hydroxyperoxide, whatever that stuff's called. But anyway, that's not what we're here to do. It's actually supposed to do a video on where did the waterbed go, and I haven't decided how I want to do it because I remember the waterbed, and so I was going to do it more like Jeff of World Class Bullshitters does some of his videos, but who knows. So anyway, I'm going to do one race. I don't want to be accused of stealing anybody's content, so I am not going to be sharing the audio. I'm going to be hearing it. I'm going to hear, because Alex obviously is commentating the race, but I want to commentate it myself, just the one, and then I'll be done. And then there's loud booms from upstairs. I'm waiting to see if there's a scream. Yeah, I don't know why this flyaway hair is driving me nuts, because I'm getting old. Losing my hair is what's happening. All right, let's get to it. I'm going to see if I can see the names, because I know someone blows up pretty interesting. I have no clue what car this is. It kind of looks like a muscle car, almost like a Camaro from the late 60s. And I'm going to have to turn Alex down because he's way too loud. So this is the elevated track. I think this is a Reese track. This is 2017, so it's 2.5 years old. I wish it would do more of these. But apparently Reese isn't around much anymore. And there we go. So we got the red car takes out the blue car, and now the red car is going to go wide out of the turn. And we got a very interesting choice of direction. And we're going into the tunnel, a little bit of building sticking out. Oh, and we have car hatting going on. And now we speed up through the zoom spots, whatever those are called. I've played all of 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, they're bouncing off the walls, the entanglements. What an incredible wreck. And I'm going to turn Alex way down because he's still loud. So Impega has entered first place. So I'm going to look at it. To me, it's over to my left, but you see it to my right. Or I guess it's still to my left. And they spin him out. Yeah, that does look like a late 60s Camaro, which was based on was it the Ferrari Daytona, I believe, if I remember correctly. I'm a semi car guy. So we have a big car. Oh, so we're going to have switchback. Oh, that's right. This is one where they go around and then it switches back and goes, it's like a figure 8. So now they're going to be going into oncoming traffic. Well, no, someone's parked that up. See, the back end of that one almost looks like the old Mustang that you see in Steve McQueen movies. So now he's going to go left. Where is it? Okay. And then we've got a little bit of a jump and then a roundabout type thing. I wonder how many times, they got to go around more than once. So he is in 8th place. We've got 3 cars ahead of him are for position. So it looks like 5th, 6th, and 7th. We have a car spinning who's going to take out all 3 of them, run into it. We have a car backwards, and the yellow car keeps going. This is getting kind of confusing, man. The yellow car was in first because I think he went straight. Oh, and someone's fallen off. It's a long way down. You better reset. Oh, and the yellow car's still sitting there. What in the world? Get going straight. That actually reminds me of a Datsun 240Z. And so now Alex is doing something. I'm not even sure what. I thought this was going to be more exciting than this. So do we have stop sticks? Nope. We're just going to, he's going to get hit from behind. Some buggery on the raceway. Alex is British, so we can say that. Oh, and someone's blown up. Invisible what? AK? Impega is now in first. Impega hasn't blown up. Impega usually blows up. And the Yellowmobile is right behind him. So we're in. There's 6 laps. I should have looked at that first. I'm going to be doing this longer than I want. Like I said, this is just something completely different. I'm just trying. This is not like trying to find out what's Murray. Is that Murray? PTG Murray just blew up. I'm guessing fell off somewhere or car hatted somebody and then rolled off and blew up. So that happens sometimes. The physics in GTA is sometimes very unpredictable. So back into the tube, and then whatever the go pads or zoom pads, whatever you call it. Ooh, we're upside down. And he just lost a position. Now he's in fourth. He's gonna tap that pink car in the whoa, wow. He got severe oversteer. There's 2 yellow cars. Maybe that's why I got confused. So Team Yellow is now out in front of him, down in 6th place. So now he's kind of in the middle of the field. So now this switchback, yeah, there you got somebody coming around already. So he's about a third of a lap behind. Oh, we've got a pink car in the air. That is insane. All right, and we're traveling. Why am I leaning? I'm not even playing. Hey, that looks like the Tennessee flag with the stars in the middle, except there's too many of them, and that circles. That's the 3 stars in the middle, and the Tennessee flag stands for the 3 regions, and they're 3 geographically dispersed regions: middle and east, and middle, west, and central. West, middle, or central, and East Tennessee. So you have the mountains. You have the wow, nose stand from the white car, but he doesn't hold on to it. So typical these races, he's oversteering. He does swerve a lot. I've noticed that. And he gets a slipstream behind somebody. He does not know how to hold on to it. But he wins a lot of these races because everyone else is just nuts, I think. Yeah, you don't want to carry too much speed off those ledges. You will fly off. And this is actually a good car for this because it's not too fast. And then he's got one more platform to correct. I love the orange. That's kind of Tennessee orange there. Although the side, the orange on the side reminds me, it's almost a yellowy orange like the Hot Wheels tracks were. But I mean, his car is kind of UT orange. He's always orange. I don't know why. I don't know what's the deal with that. I don't know what the I thought I subscribed to his channel, but I guess I don't. It shows me I'm not subscribed. Let's do that while we're watching. That'd be nice. And now I can't hear anything he said. So he's catching up to, how did he get into second? So somebody must have blown up. What in the world was I not watching? Or is it just confused as to where he is? No, he's in first. Wow. So he's taking this corner. That's the gray car that almost hit him a lap ago. Now he's caught up. See, that does look like the Mustang. Those things on the sides. I know they model a lot of these cars to kind of sort of look like real cars, and Ergo leaning again like I'm turning. And he's going to have a head on. So it's a figure 8. Come back, and then you go away from that. And there's a right hand turn. I'm no Paul Page, that's for sure. I don't even know if I'm as good as Danny Sullivan because I don't know crap about the cars, and he does. He's not a good color commentator, but he knows a lot of stuff because he's a former racer car driver. It's lean with him. Okay. Yeah. Look at that right rear, just unload is a lean to the left. Car does not bite. It wants to roll out of the turn. One more time around the roundabout. And there's a banana split mobile. Oh, and the purple car hits him in the back, hits him in the boot, as they would say. We would say the trunk, and spins, but I don't think he fell off. And then he's still on there. All right. So he's still in first, in commanding lead now. I have no idea how far ahead of him he is. This is a goofy idea. I don't know he almost overshot that checkpoint. Very, very close. He's going to lose a lot of time here. He's very wide, still wide. Because the other checkpoint's like right there, isn't it? That's kind of weird. It's not in the middle. All right, we're back to the starting point, and that's the bright yellow dot, and everybody's well behind him. All right, so we have 3 more laps of this silliness, and I don't know if I can take this anymore. This is pretty stupid. This is boring. The thing is I listen to a lot of these while I'm doing work on another computer over here. I can't see what I'm doing because it covers my screen, but over here is my work computer and another monitor. I finally got rid of the CRT, took it to Goodwill. I guess that's been 2 weeks ago now, and almost 3, I think. But it was a VGA. It still worked. It was a flat screen, the old style flat screen. So it was glass in the front and flat, but it wasn't the thin flats like you think nowadays. But it was a flat screen CRT. And hopefully somebody that's into computing, and if anybody is into those old computers, I have some old ones. I got one I think I got a P4 somewhere around here. But whatever they replaced that, was that the Duo or the Core 2 or whatever it was. I've got some early versions of that. They're not a lot of space in them, but they are, there are kind of mid-range towers, some of them, but I just need to get rid of them. I got to nuke them with Linux and get rid of them, hard drives and all that other stuff. All right. So into the left-hander into the roundabout. Is he about to lap somebody? I saw a flash of a car. I thought, it's hard to tell. Part of it is I can't hear him now. It's like when I turn him down far enough so I can, it's the gray car is right on his butt again, right behind him. And that, that trunk, the hood is about like wants to fly off. So someone's watching. All right. Thank you for watching. I know this is something really, really screwy and different. And hopefully Alex doesn't get real pissed off and tell me to take down the video. These are my second favorite ones I do. The ones I like the most, and will watch as soon as I see one pop up, is Survive the Hunt. They did one for April Fool's day where they hunters, okay, so he just lapped somebody. It was ghosting in. Somebody probably carried too much speed and fell off. But that one is hilarious. I mean, it was great. He gets blown up on accident, and someone's flying a Vulcan, an old British warplane, jet plane they used in the Falkland Islands War in the 80s, and did a carpet bomb and ended up blowing them up. And yeah, it was great. Someone was driving a tank. They had like an M1A1 running around. They never did find him. They never did figure out. I mean, he stole cars right in front of people, and I think someone just disconnected. And that's not for position? No, it is for position. So the red car has caught up to him somehow. The burgundy car, it's going to go upside down and fall down. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a great overtake. That is perfect way using that tube, and just keep the momentum. So I'm telling you, Alex does not know how to drive right. And what's funny about the Survive the Hunt stuff is I've seen several of the, I thought they were new things, and I find old ones that are like 2 years old. He still doesn't know. Oh, Team Orange just hit each other. And he still doesn't know, the right on red and the rule. It's like, oh, I think I can turn. I'm like, dude, you've been doing this for 2.5 years. Okay. There you go. I mean, I learned to drive in Germany, and then I came back to the States, there, that wasn't legal at the time. It's in some places. It took me just a few months to get used to it. So sure. Oh, we've got a lag mobile and a car hat, and they both go off. Oh my goodness. The pink. And I guess that's kind of I don't know what that's, a bluish green. Well, cyan color. And now pink has blinked back in oddly. It's still lagging, but it didn't go into ghost mode. Wow, that thing is lagging all over the place. And there goes the other half of Team Orange. And here we got a dark gray, a brown car. I don't know what that is. Baby poop brown. But I think the yellow and turquoise car behind him, I guess that's turquoise or possibly. Oh, wow. It blipped in front of him. How in the world? Oh, he's gone. He's done. He missed. Oh, he didn't miss that checkpoint. Wow. Oh, car hatted by his teammate. Oh my goodness. This is turning out to be a crazy wreck fest here at the end. No wonder it's ultimate aerial attacks. So I think we've got one more lap to go. Final lap. Ding, 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 ding. Let's see if he can pull this off and snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. He's already about a third of the lap behind. Hey, Superfan Adam Shawhan. Welcome to my craziness. This is what happens after almost 3 weeks of having to work from home. I mean, I'm not completely secluded because I have a wife and daughter and my son that comes by and visits every once in a while. And he's still having to work, although he's taking a couple days off. So he was a welder. And I mean, let's see if he does it right. He still can't do it. He still cannot do the loop-de-loop for the extra speed boost at the end of that. He went too shallow in that turn. I like that cornerness. Now, who in the world put that pillar right in the middle of that? That is just silly buggers, as he would say. And so, and then, we've gone shopping and stuff like that, but we're minimizing our outside. I mean, I was outside today. It's beautiful today. Hardly any clouds, 60 some odd degrees. I took a nice picture, put it on Facebook. That was with my very old iPhone. Oh, and he gets hit again. A lot of front end collisions here. People far back in the pack, they don't care. I guess that's 5 stars with kind of like a football shaped thing. Yeah, this guy, whoever this rate driver is a full thing around this ahead of him. So he'll go around one more time, and that person's going to go off. So last lap, that driver was behind him and overtook him in the loop-de-loop. And has not. Now, granted, Alex is about falling off a couple times. So, how are things with you, Superfan Adam Shawhan? How are you guys handling all this? I was saying at the beginning of this live stream that I was doing, I found another article on a website U.S. government website talking about the treatment that actually does cure. Now, granted, it's not without some side effects, and apparently it's not 100%. Actually, there was a recent, I guess you could call it a study, trials of some patients. I forget exactly, somewhere in the U.S., and it was like 96 out of 98, something like that. So 2 people did not get well. So, which is the only 2 I know of. Every other study has been 100%. France, there's stuff out of Spain, there's stuff out of South Korea, and there are stuff. Well, and then if you want to take some of the Chinese data, you can take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to do the one race of this. Maybe I'll do something else. I don't know what else kind of thing would we want to see. I mean, the original plan was just to do this. I actually was thinking of doing it as a private stream and then just publishing it. But anyway, doing good. I usually home anyways. Yeah. Well, my thing is where I work. I mean, obviously I'm a computer programmer, and I wish I could share this other screen just to show the C# code and crap like that I'm writing, which would probably be against company policy. This stuff is getting me through. I know they say, hey, if you get it, I wish this didn't have caffeine, no sugar, CoQ10. It's got electrolytes. I think it's got amino acids. I don't think it has creatine. I think that's the other drink that I like with caffeine. They say, hey, if you get it, don't drink caffeine and don't take ibuprofen, apparently. So I know what I know what it makes things worse, but I don't know why. But anyway, what do you want to see? You want to do a commentary about some other video? I don't know. I could turn this into an EFAP type thing. I'll send you a link, man. If you got access to a browser and a microphone, you can come on here with me. And we can do every frame of pause. But anyway, yeah, I like the FailRace's GTA stuff. The Forza stuff, I've tried watching it a few times. I don't care for it. I don't like that game. My kids play, well, they used to play GTA 5. They don't play GTA 5 much anymore. But that was all I was planning to do, was one race. My goodness, my hair is just not, I don't know why. And I only started doing this the last time I got it cut. It's like it was cut wrong. It's, I don't know, too late. I'm losing too much. I'm getting too old, Adam. Getting too old, starting to lose my hair too much. Getting too thin. All right. I tell you what, I'll send you the link via Facebook. How about that? Facebook Messenger. That's all you need to get on here. Is if you got a microphone and a browser. Like I'm in Chrome. I know it works in Firefox. I know it works in Safari. I mean, for the Fancast, I use Vivaldi, I think. No, Opera. New message. Yeah, let's do something crazy. Ba-da-da-dum-bum. Ba-da-da-dum-bum. Yep. So it's on its way. I don't know how at some point my daughter's supposed to be home, and so the dogs are going to bark like nuts, and then we're supposed to go get something to eat. I don't know what. Yep. Yep. I know how to use on Mac. Yeah, I'm on the Mac too, except I got a microphone as well. Actually, I've been meaning, and it's not like I don't have the time now to test some stuff using my Linux box, but I haven't done it yet. And there goes the dogs.
Well, of course, that's what the dogs do.
Yeah, they're probably protecting me from some kind of crazy, the mailman or something. But yeah, over here to my right, which, well, that way, I have an old, it's a Core 2 quad CPU, although I found out that motherboard will take a faster one and more memory. But that's my old Linux box. But it's so loud, the fans are so loud that I can't use it. But I have an old MacBook, a 17-inch MacBook Pro that I put Linux on years ago. And because Apple decided they weren't going to support it, Jobs decided no one needs a 17-inch MacBook, and so he discontinued support of that. Of course, now they have a 16, and there's rumors of having a 17 come out soon. So I think I was right. But anyway, that one I've used. I actually updated the NVIDIA drivers recently, and it behaves a lot better. I actually used it last year in Chicago. We were up there for Star Wars Celebration to do a few things. So yeah, it was funny. Nick was complaining about the wireless in the hotel dropping for, on his Windows machine. And I had I wasn't live streaming, but I was loading stuff to my server back home. I had video and pictures and all this other crap. And I had 2 simultaneous connections on the hotel wireless faster than he could get a single one in Windows.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I was at
I enjoy my Mac. I know a lot of times I'll watch streams and something will happen and they'll be like, "Oh, it's froze." I'm like, "Not on my Mac, it's not."
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the only thing is this, because of the dust down here, this microphone's getting a little funky, and it'll drop things,
Right.
but it's not the Mac, it's the microphone that's the problem. Oh, I can hear your dogs too. So, what do you want to watch again? You want to watch something? I can, if I do it over in Chrome, I can share audio, but we'll keep it to a minimum. I don't know. Have you ever seen FailRace stuff? You ever heard that channel? Uh-oh. Are you still with me? Here we are. Yeah, the gods have spoken. Or the dogs are barking. I'm going to click share audio on this. But I'll pause it and mute it. I don't know where he went. I'll let Alex get some ad revenue from me. I'm gonna, I don't know where Adam went. I'm gonna send it. Oh, he dropped. Uh-oh. I'm back to talking to myself. I'm right. I know this is everybody, I say this is why Jeff doesn't share his video, because then he can do all this stuff and you don't know. So Adam, if you can still hear me and come back, I will add you back into the stream. I don't think I accidentally removed you. But anyway, this is one I watched today. This was I watched it again today, I should say. It's a very long one. I don't want to really deal with it, but they do a very interesting race where they have to keep it behind, and the helicopter is pretty interesting, where they keep the helicopter on the back of it. But then they go up Mount, is it Gilead, I guess, or Gilead or Gilead, or however it's supposed to be pronounced, with Prius in the back. And Reese is helping him. He's the one driving the Prius, and Alex is driving the front part. That's FailRace is his channel. But they end up winning. But what's funny is more than once Reese is like, get full power, and Alex can't hold it down. I noticed that even in races where he's got good grip, he just he always, he cannot stick his foot in it. He's afraid of full throttle. And there's a couple spots where they get stuck because of that, and they end up going the easier way, but they won anyway. So I know it's easy for me to say I'm not the one doing the racing. Optimum Nutrition is live on Twitter for anyone who wants to follow that. Or no, that's Facebook. They're live on Facebook. And that's a fitness thing that pops up from time to time. All right. Welcome back, Adam. You are muted, my friend. I can see. I can unmute you.
All right, because the dogs were barking.
Yeah, you dropped. I figured the dogs had something to do with that, or it was the computer gods getting us for talking crap about Windows. So yeah, I was asking you before I realized you weren't there anymore.
That's what I think it was, because them.
All right. So have you ever heard of FailRace channel? Ever seen some of the shenanigans they do on this thing?
No, I can't say that I have.
It's I forget how I came across it, but my son came by to visit briefly yesterday, and he's asked my daughter, why is Dad watching a GTA 5 video? Because I actually, to be able to, to participate or make these kind of videos, I would actually buy the game. It's still like 40 or 50 bucks. I don't know if they do the because they do like this one is just some or yeah, it's not too bad of a weird track. But then sometimes they run various modifications, and I think you have to have the PC version. But I swear sometimes they're on the Xbox one. But anyway, this is an interesting race where there's two of them have to work together, and GTA doesn't, the physics don't really care for carrying stuff like this, but gravity kind of wins on this one. But anyway, that's Mount Gilead. Are you familiar with the GTA game at all?
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, I'm familiar with the game, but yeah, I haven't played that game probably since 3. So it's been a long time.
Right. We had a version on our original Xbox. Because this I think came out for the 360 and Xbox One, if I remember correctly. And my kids, my daughter, when she got her computer, my neighbor's out picking out weeds. I'm downstairs and there's a window right here. Although I can pull the shade. I have better color, but it's less light because I have a lamp over. Let's see, I gotta remember where I can point. There's a lamp that way, there's a lamp that way, and then there's another lamp on the wall, but it don't work anymore. I think the on switch part is needs to be replaced. It's a sconce on the wall technically, but anyway. But yeah, I was there are times I'm like, do I want to do videos like this? Because I've done what's really screwy. I did a civilization here. I'm gonna bring up my own channel.
Might as well. I mean, plug your stuff, buddy.
I know. Well, I've gotten one of my more watched videos is this one on this coronavirus. See, these are where I did a live stream, but I did it private and then I made it public later to see it because there is something about if you live stream too much and it does things. Where is it? I don't remember what. It's not in photography. See, all of my playlists don't show up here. Let's see if I make sure. So I, because I got home experiments. Did I do it as a braincast? But anyway, I played Civilization. This really surprised me. So yeah, so I've got this one where I did this maze generation program in AppleSoft Basic that has a fair amount of views. I mean, considering it's 2 years old, come on, skip the email. I mean, I like the ad revenue, but come on. This is fractions of a penny here. But yeah, I go through.
It's always right when you're trying to do something. It's like, come on, I don't have time for your 5-minute ads.
Right. And then I show it running. Now this is on an emulator, obviously running, but that's real speed and everything. And I got some good feedback. And some people wanted to know how I did stuff, and it's a depth first search algorithm is what, because it can actually be used to. I've never written the other side of this to actually solve the maze. Well, in AppleSoft, I did it on when I was working at AAA and bored, and I was on a Linux machine at work. And I was using basic 256 and I actually made it solve it. And I showed that it could randomly choose any 2 points in the maze and find the solution between them. Because the same algorithm can be used to create one and to solve it. And then I just did some stupid video. This is where I know sometimes gaming videos can do well. Okay, 2,800 views. And nice. Granted, it's edited because it's over an hour long, and I go through how to play. It's like using the cheat codes to add a different dimension to gameplay. And I can't remember if on this one I actually use the cheat codes with the computer players. And I've been actually meaning to do another one of these because I've done some other experimentations and some silliness with the cheat codes, and you can build cities that you could never build playing the game regularly, right? But this surprised me. 2,800 views. I was like, wow. And I got most of those views probably in the first month it was out. So, I mean, I could look at the analytics, but up here, I'll pause it. Let's see if I can make this bigger. But I don't know, are you familiar with Civilization 4? Oh, he dropped again. I keep talking to myself. Ah. Oh well. But anyway, what I do here is with that, I can give all of this of the technology pieces to the computer civilizations as well as money. So it does add a different dimension to things. So I don't know what this is. All right, I'll let him come back, and we got no one watching. So I guess I got too boring for people to. Uh-oh, my phone's ringing. No, spammer. Yeah. It's going to pretend to be Oxford, Ohio, but it'll be the same recorded message I hear on everything else. So anyway, anyway, I don't know if Adam's coming back. Not too boring. Well, I'm glad to see you in the chat, because I don't, on my thing, it's number of people watching. It doesn't say anybody's watching. So at least I know you're watching because you see in the chat. But yeah, if you got to break away to deal with something, that's fine. Or if you want to come back, that's fine. Like I said, I'm expecting my daughter to be home at some point soon. But here's some other, let's look at some other, this guy's got 415,000 subs. What are my other subscriptions? That's what I'm trying to find. Oh, there it is. Come on. Yeah, Eli Thurston was one that I just did more recently. Because this guy made a Dad Studio, which I actually meant to listen to today, and got so sidetracked with real work and other things that I didn't listen to it. But I've been trying to get, I like this rendering here on the left that they did. But this is a program that I've been using off and on for years, but you'd think I would know how to utilize it pretty well, but I don't. I actually went in with Reality. I was able to do it because I could use a photoreal engine. Whoops, I didn't mean to stop. And I could use my photography knowledge to do a render and set the lights and the aperture and everything else. It was really neat. And then this guy Paolo Ciccione, I think was his last name. He and Daz had a falling out, and then they pulled all the stuff, and he just made a poser version. And now you can use NVIDIA's iRay, but iRay sucks. And I don't have an NVIDIA graphics card, so it can't do GPU optimization. You have to have an NVIDIA card. And that sucks. But in all this nonsense here on the right, this is vidIQ. This is what I use to tag my videos and hopefully get more views. And like I said, my channel's been growing slowly, but slowly but surely over the last week, I've gotten several new subscribers. So again, thanks to everybody that has subscribed. And I try to get a variety of topics, and I've got kind of sucked down into the Brie Larson abyss, I think, here. But all these were articles that just popped up, and when I do a new tab in Google search on my Chromebook or tablet or whatever it's called, I didn't go looking for any of these. And then a lot of these, like this article is out, and this one too was actually on that list. But these were things I was also coming across, and I was like, I didn't believe it. So I did some research, found some of the articles, and shared them. And hopefully we'll be doing another one soon. I've got a couple other hydroxychloroquine articles and things that have come across recently. I'm not saying it's a miracle cure. Someone said, "Oh, be careful with the miracle." It's not a miracle cure. This is science. Let's get this to people. One of these, I think it was this article, was stating that there was a company that we're supposed to have over 100 million pills. I thought, and now I'm not sharing that one, but anyway, now I've got all kinds of pop-up ads too. That's the thing too. Sometimes I record these on Firefox because I have an ad blocker, and then sometimes I do it on Chrome because the ad blockers actually get some of the content gets ad blocked. So, because images and other things in between. But the way that we're doing this response is not how we've done it in the past. We usually isolated those who are at risk and those who have it. and then we kind of make circles of, so each so then you'd have those that are exposed and have it, those that are taking care of them, and then those in the more general public. And the boundaries between each one is where you do your controls, not this blanket everybody stay home nonsense. And there's a lot of political BS going on. I'm not going to downplay the virus. I'm not one of those that say, oh, it's a hoax. No, it's not a hoax. But there's a lot of political BS going on with the response for it. That is definitely for sure. And anyway, but I am surprised this one did not do better than it has. Mainly because it's got Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel, and I didn't make this up. I mean, there's some fan art, and I went and found it over on Deviant. I don't remember if I have a link to the actual Deviant art stuff. No, I probably should have put that in there. But I thought it was interesting. What I'd like to find out is if Gal Gadot has seen it and has responded, because that would be interesting to kind of get her side of it. I think Brie Larson seemed to like it. I know, politically and maybe personally, Brie's not the greatest person. I don't know. And I've said it on my own show. I don't know how much of the BS that she says is her handler saying you have to say this, and how much she really believes. This kind of gets back to Dion Green's, you believe it, which I disagree with him, because you can also change your mind. But if it's a passion, it's definitely something you've been at for a long time. And if it's just a semi-belief, or just that, well, I believe I have to say this. Well, who knows? But, I don't know the answer to that question. That's an internal question, but I still would like to know what Wonder Woman thinks of the fan art. And that Uzo stuff, I am going to acquire some of that stuff soon, but I got to be able to get to the gym. My dumbbell weights at home just isn't. I have 100 pounds of dumbbells, but I don't have a bench. And there's a lot of stuff I cannot do here at home, and it's really driving me nuts. I can feel my gains just wasting away. But let's skip to the art. Yeah, that is something that has, even before all this Corona stuff broke out, the Wonder Woman, there's the art, and that's what I got my thumbnail from. The Wonder Woman movie, the new one, has not been sitting well with test audiences, and so I'm really kind of worried that it's going to be Orange Man bad. So even though I didn't vote for Orange Man, and I didn't understand for 2 years what in the heck people were going on about in the Frito face and all that other stuff, I didn't get it, and my wife had to explain it to me. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So anyway, and I was getting sick of voting for Gary Johnson. It's like, can the Libertarians come up with someone else 4 times in a row? Really? I mean, I like the guy, but it's like, come on, let's move on. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this up. I didn't think I'd go for 40 minutes, but thank you, Adam Shawhan, for joining me in the chat as well as on the show. And if you are available Friday, we're really batting around whether we're going to rebrand the Fancast or not. And so if you want to be, I don't know if it's going to be this, at some point we're going to rebrand and we're going to have a last show. So I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. Today is Thursday, right? Or if it's going to be next week sometime, next week. But when we decide to do that, we might do, I'll let people come on at least for a few minutes. I have the free version of StreamYard, so I think I can only do 5 or 6 people at a time. So if the whole cast shows up, then we won't have any room for anybody extra. But we've got a few ideas about names and stuff like that. We're batting around. We just haven't decided what we're going to do. We're going to keep all the old content, but we're going to rebrand the channel. So we'll see how that goes. Although, we talked about doing this months and months ago. We didn't. And now we've had some growth. And now I'm like, do we really do that? Or do we just get more organized and quit piddle farting around and actually do a real show like we used to? We used to exchange ideas and even talk for about half an hour. The problem is some of the guys get into really good discussions when we're not on the air. And it's like, can you wait to go live? We're just discussing topics, not going into depth. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that. And I know we've had a lot of fans in the past on the show. Sometimes we had 5 or 6 people, especially when we record it. And we may go to recording it and then posting it later instead of doing live streams. So I don't know. But that's part of what's being bandied about. And like I said, because YouTube seems to handle live streams very oddly, if you look at the other areas in the fandom menace, you will see that many times, like Gary on Nerdrotica, he's got Nerdrotica Live. not Neurotica, Nerdrotic Live, even EFAP delist their channels. I know Jeff was for a while. I don't know if he's still doing it, delisting the main show, as we call it, and so it's there, but it's just delisted, and other people are actually putting it on a whole nother channels. So I don't know. I think Jeremy seems to be the only one that just go live 5 times a day and still have lots of channel growth. But Jeremy of Geeks and Gamers, that is. I don't know. So thanks everyone for stopping by. If you like this kind of weird, especially what I started off in the beginning with the race commentary, let me know. I'll do some more fail race, or may just start finding random racing channels and just, I don't want to sit there and do like the iRacing NASCAR stuff for 2.5 hours. Maybe I'll try to find something that's only like 5 or 6 minutes long as opposed to that one, or shorter, and just, play goofiness, or maybe just download one and then chop it up or something. I don't know. And, maybe the fail race stuff with their Survive the Hunt, which I like a lot. And we can make comments on, oh, I think you just messed up. But I think it'd be better to have a committee and go, oh, I didn't think you meant to do that. So Adam Shawhan, thank you very much. Hopefully the Horror Hound is back on for, I know the last I heard was 22nd of May. We'll see if that still holds. A lot of states are talking about being buckled down till June. And we all may be unemployed by then. 6 million people applied yesterday, doubling last week's record-breaking number of 3-point-something million. And that's not a good sign. And the number of people that will be ill and die because of high unemployment and everything else may be worse. The cure may be worse than the disease at this point. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but we will see. And thank you very much. And let me know what you think about this silliness and if we should ever do it again. Thank you and goodbye.